All right, we've got a relatively old and rare pinball machine here, Bally Hootenanny. I think this is from the early 60s. I want to say 63. I'm not 100% sure, but that's one of those pieces of information that's super easy to find out by Googling. This is one, it's another one that I picked up in this exact condition. I haven't done anything to it. Literally, I mean, I took it apart, put it in my warehouse, and I just set it up for the first time. I haven't even tried starting a game. It's kind of in the middle of the game, so I wanted to leave it like this because it is kind of working. The flippers are working, and the scoring is partly working. So we'll work through it together and find out exactly what it's doing and not doing. But it needs shopped badly. I mean, look at the rubbers on this are very old and brittle. Some of them have broken off. And it needs waxed, and it probably needs new bulbs. It's got a little bit of rust, like right here where some paint's flaking off. The back glass does have some flaked spots here. The faces all seem to be like they had leprosy or something. But the rest of them is in pretty good shape, and the title's in really good shape. There's a lot of bulbs out in the back glass, so that'd light up a lot prettier with new bulbs. I'm not sure what's going on with the coin door here. I mean, you put in your money up here. Coin door has nothing on it, so that's been removed. This is just how I got it. This was actually in a farmer's rec room, real close to where my arcade is, like within a couple miles. And he'd had it for, I don't know how long, 30 years. The interesting thing, it's been a while since I got it from him, so I don't remember what he told me other than that he bought it from somebody that restored pinballs. The tags say Pin Rescue on them, both on the coin door lock and the headlock. If this is really from Pin Rescue, that's a really good sign, because that's a company out like in Pennsylvania that really does a good job restoring games. That might explain why it has this interesting paint job, because there's no way this is what the Hootenanny artwork really looked like. This is black with some like light blue flecks sprinkled on it. So I can't imagine that this is the way Bally produced it. And Pin Rescue does things like that when they restore a game. They do. I've noticed before, because I've gotten other games that they've had where they've changed the cosmetics of the game. So, you know, they put on this little metal strip. There's another shiny chrome strip at the bottom there and across here. I don't know what they were doing. Maybe the artwork was really bad and they needed to cover it up. But at any rate, if this was ever owned by Pin Rescue, that means electronically they probably went through everything pretty well. But then again, that was 30-some years ago or thereabouts. And it is clearly in need of some attention again now. Let me see if here's a ball. Now the balls are really nasty. I can give you nice newish balls, you know, that are basically indistinguishable from new. I just don't have them here in this building, but I've got a box of them, so that's no problem. We shouldn't play it much with these old nasty balls, but we can. So you can see that some of it's working. Now the score reels aren't turning. We'll look at that in a second and see. Let's see if it goes into game over when it gets all the balls drained. See, one of the bumpers just went. The slingshot just worked. How many balls are left? I can't even see. It's so dark in there because the bulbs turned out. Oh, the little thing that holds the balls. Or, well, I don't know. Maybe yeah, it just keeps feeding me the same ball. So let's see what happens when we hit start game. Okay, so it's trying to reset the scores. That's really good. Let me try and help this middle one. I noticed this middle one, yeah, it needs lubricated real bad. Okay, but when we manually got it to 0, it did stop the reset cycle and it started the game. That's good. So one thing I know you're going to need to do is lubricate. Take this thing apart. I mean, just pull it out and clean it really good and oil it, because it does not turn easily. The 1 and the hundreds, there's the 1, it seems to go fine, and the 100 goes fine, but this is the 10s right here. It rings the bell, but it does not advance the coil, just because you can tell there's just a lot of tension on this. These, let's see, yeah, that mechanism's working. This one could use some lubrication. See, with these, yeah, what this thing needs is, it needs you to take a look at all of these step-up units and lubricate them and work them. What I do is I get some nice quality machine oil on them, and then I like move them with my hand back and forth until they get nice and loose so that they move smoothly. Because until you do that, you're never going to get a pinball working properly. It's got all the step-up units have to move smoothly. And that's all it usually takes, is just lubricating them and working them. Let's see, how does this open up? I've never even taken this one, or opened this one up. Oh, it looks like it's got wing nuts. Okay. All right, so let's take a look under the playfield and see what we see. I have not ever looked under here. That ball is really bad. There must be a release. Oh no, it's the plunger. Okay. There we go. All right. Oh, that's interesting. Look at that. A wire came off of a coil, and the guy clipped it on with a vice grip and just left it. I've never seen that in 30-some years of working on games. Yeah, it looks okay in here. Needs vacuumed out. I've seen a lot worse. The electronics don't look that bad. So let's prop this and just see what all's working and what isn't. So that slingshot's working. That one's working. That bumper's not. That one is. And that one is. But something's stuck now. Huh. Yeah, we can't have that, because that'll... Something is holding that on. All right, we're gonna have to unplug it just because I don't want anything overheating. But anyway, probably holding it up at this angle. There's some switch that's stuck. But at any rate, it's a project, and should be fun for somebody to restore. Look at that bulb broke off there. Okay, well, there you have it. Interesting, rare, old Bally project.